step on a stage, I see some ravers over there. One hand in the sky, lick a shot. When I'm building up a vibe, it's a lot. If you can't stand the heat, stay the fuck up out the kitchen. Adrenaline is pumping, I strike with precision. When you hear the first part, that's when you're gonna listen. Down. I can feel my trigger finger itching. It's a lot.
I've been searching for the missing part, trying to light the darkness in my heart. See the colors flash before my eyes. Suddenly you bring me back to life, and I feel the chemicals, 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 and I feel the all these nights of ending up alone, looking for a place to call my home. I hear your voice, it echoes through the night, and suddenly you bring me back to life, and I feel the chemicals, and I feel the chemicals, and I feel the chemicals, and I feel the chemicals. I don't wanna stop now. I don't wanna calm back down. I don't wanna stop now. I don't wanna calm back down. I don't wanna stop now. I don't wanna calm back down. I don't wanna stop now. And I feel the chemicals, and I feel the chemicals, and I feel the chemicals, and I feel the You dance around every word you say. Still you don't land at the truth. Please press rewind and go watch replay, 'cause it'll fall back to you. Oh, 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 you should have never crossed that line. Oh, 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 it'll lead you up inside, 'cause you can't escape the light. You should have never crossed that line. Oh, it'll lead you up inside, 'cause you can't escape the lies. 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 Oh, it'll lead you up inside. Oh, it'll lead you up inside, 'cause you can't escape the lies. It's the waking of the night. It's the spark that we ignite. I can feel you come alive as we dance into the light. Tonight we're gonna lose ourselves and take whatever comes. See it in your eyes. This is where I find my delirium. This is where I find my delirium. This is where I find my delirium. My delirium. It's the waking of the night. It's the spark that we ignite. I can feel you come alive as we dance into the light. Tonight we're gonna lose ourselves and take whatever comes. See it in your eyes. This is where I find my delirium. This is where I find my delirium. See it in your eyes. This is where I find my delirium. It's the waking of the night. It's the spark that we ignite. This is where I find my delirium. This is where I find my delirium. This is where I
save my love for someone else. You'll be the last thing on the shelf. Take the floor, what you wanna know. Save your breath, I've been scheming on low. Say no more, what you waiting for? On my own, yeah, now I'm on the road. Take the floor, what you wanna know. Save your breath, I've been scheming on low. Say no more, what you waiting for? You won't see me coming, give me no warning. I see you running, how am I falling? You won't see me coming, give you no warning. Things I should get off my chest. I see you running, how am I falling? Yeah, I think that's enough said. I'm at the door, won't take no more. I won't be the guy to let it go. I've had it up to here, yeah, I've had enough. Backed into a corner, time to set it off. I need to learn when I should cut loss. But can I give you what you really want? You really want? It's time to set it off. Take the floor, what you wanna know. Save your breath, I've been scheming on low. Say no more, what you waiting for? On my own, yeah, now I'm on the road. Take the floor, what you wanna know. Save your breath, I've been scheming on low. Say no more, what you waiting for? You won't see me coming, give you no warning. Things I should get off my chest. I see you running, how am I falling? Yeah, I think that's enough said. You won't see me coming, give you no warning. Things I should get off my chest. I see you running, how am I falling? Yeah, I think that's enough said.
I hear the ticking clocks, count the hours down, it never stops. I see me falling, falling down from grace. I feel my faith is gone, I'm on my knees. Will you let go and will you pray for me? Yeah, anxiety's my disease, so when I get lost, will you pray for me? Oh, I've suffered in silence so long. Won't you pray for me? never stops. I see me falling, falling down from grace. I fear the beast that is bitten me, trying to find my epiphany. Yeah, fight or flight is my medicine. Feel the rush of adrenaline. Faith is gone, I'm on my knees. Will you learn that? Will you pray for me? Yeah, anxiety is my disease. So when I get lost, will you pray for me? Oh, I've suffered in silence so long. Won't you pray for me?
A little closer, come and don't be shy. I wanna take up your time. I bet you're sweeter than an apple pie. I know I've been on your mind. I know I've been on your mind.
A little closer, come and don't.
A little closer, come and don't be shy. I wanna take up your time. I bet you're sweeter than an apple pie. I know I've been on your mind. A little closer, come and don't be shy. I wanna take up your time. I bet you're sweeter than an apple pie. I know I've been on your mind. I know I've been on your mind.
A little closer, come and don't.
A little closer, come and don't be shy. I wanna take up your time. I bet you're sweeter than an apple pie. I know I've been on your mind. Don't be shy.
What am I gonna do on Sundays? You'd throw the curtain wide, and I wouldn't mind. The sky won't clouds, sheltering in the subway. We proper painful love, and see how long we make a tenor lost. Too bad, couldn't see what you had in front of you. I did what I had to do. I'm gonna miss you. I'm gonna miss you. I'm gonna miss you. Tired on the train this morning. Who am I gonna tell about my day from hell? Who's gonna talk me down? I'll mostly miss the boring. The walk from your house to that cafe you're always on about. Too bad, couldn't see what you had in front of you. I did what I had to do. I'm gonna miss you. Fight a little harder for me. I thought you'd fight a little harder for me. Fight a little harder for me. I thought you'd fight a little harder for me. I'm gonna miss you.
I feel my body start to ache. Withdrawal symptoms suffocate. My arms reach out to my remedy. You're the one I need. You're the one I need. Hold me close and tell me that it's real. 'Cause finally I find myself in a place where I fully, truly start to heal. Ooh, you're the one I need. Cause finally I find myself in a place where I fully, truly
your love, with your love, with your love. Got me down with your love, with your love, with your love. With your love, 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 with your love.
With your love, got me down with your love.
You to show me love. So open me. To show me love, yeah. You to show me love. So open me. To show me love, yeah. was rough until you lift me up. We'll take it slow, there's no rush, no complicating love. 'Cause you've been there for me when I am weak, waiting patiently, nothing but comforting, and I will care for you as long as you need. You've been there for me, you refresh the air I breathe. You refresh the air I breathe. You refresh the air I breathe. Breath of fresh air, it never seems the same. You refresh the air I breathe. No one compares. You bring a different kind. You refresh the air I You've been there for me when I am weak, waiting patiently, nothing but comforting, and I will care for you as long as you need. You've been there for me, you refresh the air I breathe. You refresh the air I breathe. You refresh the air I breathe. Breath of fresh air, it never seems the same. You refresh the air I breathe. No one compares. You bring a different kind. Oh, the air I breathe. Breath of fresh air, it never seems the same. No one compares. You bring a different kind. Running out of time, on my mind, I'm alive, am I alive, am I alive, am I alive? We got so far to go, where it ends I don't know. We don't have to be in control, we don't have to be alone. Taking me to the edge, feel the adrenaline. Doesn't matter where we go, we don't have to be alone. We don't have to be alone. Yeah.
All right. Let's do this. Let's get into it. Welcome to all these lovely viewers we got here. Tonight's match is the top of the table. We have got the Coven versus Do Not Redeem. So we're just getting the players into the lobby right now. They're sorting out their draft, make sure everyone's counted for, and we'll get this underway. I can see we're all in the lobby, so it should just be a moment for you guys. If someone can let me know how I'm sounding, that would be lovely. Thank you. Just quickly check it is coming across. I can see my mic lines moving on my end, but it would be great to get some confirmation, as this is a new setup that I have got today. Couple PC upgrades over last weekend, so we're feeling pretty quick, pretty good. I can check. I checked. I can. Stream is available in 1080p. Perfect. Thank you so much for that. So yeah, hopefully it's coming across great visually as well for you guys. And yeah, looking forward to tonight's match. So if you haven't been keeping up, this is a top of the table match tonight with, let me check my notes quickly, because this time I did the right thing and I took notes. So Coven is sitting at 5-0, top of the table. All right, not lost a single series yet. They have lost one game though, sitting at 10-1. Meanwhile, Do Not Redeem, they have lost a series. Unfortunately, someone did redeem a win against them, and they have lost out. So they're currently sitting at 4-1, and still their competition though is pretty much Interstellar. So Interstellar, we're sitting at 3-2. If Do Not Redeem loses one, they might find themselves in a similar position. However, if they take this one, they will be matching Coven for series, which will be good. Not for games though, as even if Do Not Redeem take this one 2-0, they will let's just see, are we creating a new lobby here? Right. Sorry guys. Give me just a minute while I figure this one out. They're still working on it. But yes, so as I said, Do Not Redeem sitting at 9-4 in games. So, all right. So yeah, sitting at that 9-4 in games. They will be, yeah, as I said, 2-0. Even if Do Not Redeem take Coven 2-0, they will be sitting on same series line, but they will not be beating them by games. So yeah, it would be an update if Do Not Redeem win today, but that's what we're here for. We're here for some good League of Legends, hopefully some interesting gameplay. And how is everyone else's night going? If you've had a great weekend, let me know what you've been up to in chat. I myself, a bit sunburned if you can't tell, which is ironic because it's now raining today in Melbourne, whereas yesterday it was absolutely scorching outside. So yeah, still just waiting for the lads to all figure themselves out. I can see we've got pretty much everybody in there now. Just waiting on a couple more. Thank you all for bearing with us today. Smoother than last time. If anybody was here for the last time I casted a game, which was my first time casting, which was also a Coven match versus Interstellar, they won. We had a bit of audio issues then, all stemming from myself and my inexperience of everything. So looking to redeem myself, if I might say, tonight. So we'll see how we go. All right, let's see. Just waiting for one more person. So, yeah. Otherwise, I can see in chat that a couple people discussing over where the jungle diff will be this series. Some thinking that Do Not Redeem have an S tier jungler, whereas Jetman, the man himself jungling for Coven, agrees of all things. So be interesting to see how that plays out today. That's for sure. And they are ready. Cool. We are starting the bans off strong with our Malphite ban. So that is Do Not Redeem, banning Malphite. Jetman has been playing that like crazy this season. It is his top pick out of everything. Well, most played champion that he's been on. So Gat coming through. Zed getting banned by the Coven. In my notes, I don't have anything about a Zed, but obviously flex ban can be jungle, can be mid on that one. Lucian and Sivir getting banned out as well. Coven on Lucian, Do Not Redeem on Sivir. Makes sense as Wrangle has been playing a bit of Sivir recently. Obviously, master tier player. We'll be looking to capitalize on that bot lane for sure. As I don't actually know the bot lane's ranks for Do Not Redeem right now. I forgot to write down Olio's rank in my notes. Actually, I can check that though. Let's double check. What's Olio sitting at? Oh, okay. Olio's diamond. Okay, cool. That is all good. All right. And cool. So Orianna ban coming through for Do Not Redeem. Again, I haven't seen too much Orianna being played from the Coven, except for their support has been slamming a bit of Orianna recently. I don't know if that's on support or on mid lane, but I did notice that when checking their OPGGs earlier. So who knows what's that one? Okay, cool. Do Not Redeem coming through with the Braum first pick. That is Olio's most played champ this season so far. So he'll be feeling super proficient on him. Bit of comfort to start us off. Now let's see what the Coven go for. You know, a couple mid lane bans. Do you think they'll be trying to lock in that pick for Technologia first? Maybe a Syndra, Mel, Vex. Nope. Go in with the Varus, who I'm assuming is for Fergus. Obviously, a few people spamming that top lane, and most normal top laners have been unhappy about it. But safe to say, we'll be being paired with that Karma in the bot lane. Obviously, a lot of enchanter value for the Varus poke will be coming through with a lot of damage. But the Tristana coming through with the Braum on that one, a lot of mobility coming there in that bot lane. Obviously, you got Tristana rocket jumping everywhere. Braum dashing to the other champs and shielding. Going to get lots of value on that shield as well with that Varus. I think Q. I think that's blocked by Braum. We'll see. I think it is though. And Ornn in the top lane for Linsanity. Linsanity. I think it's Linsanity. We'll see when they get into the game. So yeah, safe pick. True tank coming through on the top. A lot of CC as well on there with the Ornn horn and everything else. A lot of knockup potential. Obviously, Braum lacks a bit of engage compared to some other more tankier melee supports. So, you know, good pairing alongside of that. Offers a lot of frontline for that Tristana as well. Smolder coming through for the Coven. Again, now I think this is going to go to Technologia in the mid lane as the Varus is already picked. So they are looking for a bit of scaling in this. Banning Wukong. So I don't know if I agree with that ban particularly. I mean, it's not like Do Not Redeem need more CC on their team, but fair enough. Makes sense coming through with the Amumu ban though, because the Coven currently have 0 CC except the Varus Ultimate, which is really not what you want to rely on when it comes to it. Mundo coming through as well too to be banned from the Coven. Not wanting to play into that. Zac ban makes sense from Do Not Redeem. Jetman is a great Zac player, so not something you normally see being banned. A bit off meta, but understand 100%. They're going to be needing something tankier, probably a bit of AD as well too, for their jungler on the side of the Coven. So we could be looking for something like Zinzhao. There we go. Offers a bit of tankiness, a bit of sustain. Front line obviously helps get a lot of space for these high damage but squishier picks of Smolder and Varus. You know, that ultimate, just all the total knockback and everyone as well. I don't know. It might cancel a couple of the CCs that Do Not Redeem bring out. Zahan coming in. Probably jungle Zahan, obviously, as Ornn's already been picked. Zahan, Entrik is playing jungle this match for Do Not Redeem. Zahan is his top played champion this season, so I'm sure he's going to be feeling himself on it. It's a pretty comfortable, pretty easy pick to go with right now. You feel pretty good when you play it. Obviously, once you build up that passive and you get the revive on it, you're always feeling good. Vex coming through. That'll be going to Junie in the mid lane. Not seen too much history on Vex from Junie. Oh, sorry. No, that is the Vex for Technologia. Sorry, I got my sides mixed up. Yes, Vex has been played a lot by Technologia on that one. So feeling comfortable in that as well too. Just got my notes have the Coven on the left and Do Not Redeem on the right, so I'm having to switch every time I talk about it. Syndra coming through for Junie. For the Coven, Fearless drafts, which is good because it takes it away from Technologia, who's been playing a lot of Syndra as well, and hopefully Junie's feeling pretty comfortable on it and can make something happen with that one. But yeah, so looks like we're getting close to starting on this one now, as they have finalized the draft. So we'll just be waiting for the players to get into the game and get underway on Summoner's Rift. They're all typing ready in chat. Obviously, we'll have a bit of spectator delay on that one. Okay, cool. Give it a couple more minutes, guys. Looks like the mid lane for the Coven has got to go do something quickly. So, not too sure what we're doing there, but they'll be on in a second. So, I'm going to take a quick intermission on this one, and we will be back very shortly with some gameplay for you as soon as the mid lane from the Coven gets back, and I have finished out the spectator delay on that one. So I will see you guys very shortly.
water's feeling colder. The rain's gone over under. Now you start to breathe again. Forget all the nights you're in. In your dream, you're far away. But you think of coming home. Don't you think of coming home? You got things to come along. You think I should come along? All we got has to die.
All right, we are in game, and thank goodness my overlay has carried over in some capacity. Always a good sign when that happens. Now, I'm gonna need you guys to also please tell me how the actual volume is for the game, as I obviously don't know. Sounds fine to me, but please make sure it's okay for you as well, as the viewer experience is what matters most on the stream, as always. So let's see, we are starting off with a bit of a tussle in the mid lane. A lot of group in there. Don't normally see it too much with the newer minion spawn timers. Sounds good? Great. Thank you very much. It is actually quite loud in my ears, but that is fine. I can turn down my volume by myself. So a lot of poke coming out from the Vex at the start. Got a bit of range on that Syndra, so she'll be feeling not feeling too good going into that. That Varus and Armor are going to be feeling pretty impressive as well too. Down in the bot lane. As I say that though, advantage early for Do Not Redeem. I have misspoken, as it's looking like a kill and a few summoners coming out for them. So Fergus's flash gone, Brom's ignite gone, but on the other side, that is one death for the Karma, plus no flash for either of them. So great start for Do Not Redeem. Love to see it. And guess what? I was entirely wrong about the top lane matchup in the end, because I did not recognize the fact that Syndra was also going mid lane. And yeah, so it looks like it's actually smaller top lane into Ornn. I have no idea how that matchup goes, to be honest. I feel like Ornn can't hate it too much though, as far as, you know, range top goes. Tell you what though, I actually had a Smolder top against me for the first time in one of my solo queue games, and it sucked. I wasn't playing top, but we lost. Because that Smolder is going to be able to farm up pretty quick over there. It's not like the Ornn's going to have much kill pressure onto the Smolder. I don't think the Smolder is going to have much kill pressure onto the Ornn, but that probably works in Smolder's favor. I reckon the Zahen of Entrik will be looking to go up there a couple times though, looking to take advantage of that Smolder being constantly pushed up in lane. Obviously, flap from the Smolder will get him right out of the way. But if that's down, I reckon Rens will be calling it, and Entrik will be up there in no time at all. So setting up some vision down on the bot side river for the Coven right now. You can see a lot of them all down there. Karma just coming out of the river on that one. Finished the swim. Going back into lane. Back to when I said that they'd be feeling oppressive. As you can see, they are actually, I swear, they were pushed up. They are likely going to die again though. So unblock wow in chat is correct. It is just Fergus diff this game. You know, feeling pretty silly right now as Fergus was the only one I didn't manage to find the OPGG of. So I think I was actually underprepared for how this game is going to go. Mid lane's pretty even. Zahin's waiting on the sidelines though, looking to come in on Junie with that Syndra. Nice scatter. Gets him out of mid lane. Smolder feels safe now. Push up as much as Linsanity wants into that Ornn, knowing that Zahin stunned off down the bot side. Looks like they are correctly tracking where that Zinzhou is. Pinging the red side Raptors on that one. Very good. I struggle with that myself a lot, remembering to ping enemy jungler. But obviously these players are significantly better than myself, as we are in Div 1. So let's see, both junglers, never mind. Let's talk about bot lane again, where Fergus is just going to diff them. And didn't even need the Zahin, but that does secure the double kill. So Zahin was needed for the second one. Yeah, bit of a Fergus masterclass today on that Tristana. She is rocket jumping all around the place and causing heaps of trouble. For any of you viewers that played Team Fortress 2 maybe 10 years ago, you'll know the rocket jumping meta. And not that I realized it transitioned too much to League, but here we are in 2026. Mountain Drake is now up on the bottom half of the map. Not much setup for it yet. I'm not seeing any wards around that area. Zahin is bottom blue right now, so not pathing to it currently. Insanity places a ward in the push over there. Rightfully so. That Zahin is over there. Did use the flap, and as I said, Zahin is just pinged that they are going to be ganking top, so at least I got one core right. Horn comes through, hits onto Linsanity, flash out of Linsanity, flash out of Ornn. I reckon, yeah. I don't know about that. Yeah, I don't know if that was quite worth it, because of course Ornn's flash is out. I think Entrik really needed to hit that ult. If he hit the ult, there would have been no death on the side of Do Not Redeem, and this does mean that the Coven get the dragon for pretty much just one kill on the side of Do Not Redeem. So let's see what's setting it right now. Do Not Redeem with a decent gold lead at 6 minutes of just over 1k, assuming most of that is sitting on the Zahin and Tristana right now. Yeah, the hopes and dreams are probably on that Smolder, as the Varus is not looking too good. 0-2-0, a little bit like my solo queue bot lane right now. Although to be fair, as I'm sure they're saying in chat right now, looks like they've not got a single gank yet in 7 minutes, so I'm sure they'll be complaining internally about that one if I know my ADCs well at all. What else have we got going on? Otherwise, both flying junglers clearing for now. Still minimal action in the mid lane. The director camera has not shot up there too much, just a bit of long range poking out from each of those magic possessing mid laners, both building a bit of mana to start the night off with. Rocket jumping again. Bit greedy, on that one. Probably not going to result in anything, but does push them back a bit. And Zahin is up there, 1v2ing the Varus and Karma. Probably going to be alright, but ult's out for just in case is probably what they were thinking, but ends up being no reason at all. Braum. Can he poke that a little bit there? Cut back to Smolder, just farming away on the top side as Linsanity is going to be doing. Do I get a stack count anywhere? Can I see the stacks on that Smolder? No. As we're all aware though, 225 is going to be that stack threshold we're looking for. I don't know when that's going to be, but when it is, it's going to be hitting pretty tough for the side of the Coven. What else did we got? So more rock jumping. Ult comes out of Braum on that one. Probably not going to get a kill out of it, but does get the Varus flash. Varus is now coming back. Do not redeem escapes that one with minimal expenditure. Both sums not used on that, so not too bad. They're probably going to be looking to recall because Jetman on the pretty much not seen Zinzao is down bot lane, and they're thinking a couple question marks over there. Yep, Vex almost snipes Junie mid lane, has to flash on that one. Cinder no flash is going to be feeling a little bit unsafe now. And yep, more pings onto Jetman as he's now pathing mid with that flashless Cinder. Not feeling so safe. So, Varus and Karma reset. Neither are on the first item yet. Whereas the Tristana has got a BF sword and is recalling right now. So probably going to be getting the first item completion on this one. We've got a Vex with the Sork shoes with a bit of magic penetration. Whereas the Cinder has bought the Hextech alternator, so a bit more damage coming out of the Cinder, helping to poke out that Vex in mid lane. Junglers on just big opponents right now, both building similar, although that Zahin should have more gold, even though the Zinja has a bit more CS on that one. Fortunately, the Varus has kept up CS pretty well with that Tristana. But I bet you that Tristana is going to be feeling pretty good coming back in the lane with Yuntels against a Serrated Blade and another component that I don't know. Vex again, poking well in the mid lane, not too many issues over there. Both junglers clearing out. Zahan's looking for an invade onto the top red side of Zinjao. You see him pinging over there. Flash in from Braum, not too sure why, as the Tristana was quite a while back. Ulti out of Ornn on that one. Brings in the big ram to try to flatten the little dragon. Just a bit of flat route from the dragon to get Insanity out of there. And just a solo kill down mid lane. The Cinder stepped a little bit too far out, and the Vex caught Junie lacking on that one. Lanes are a disaster for Coven. They sure are, and it is just going from bad to worse. Do get a piercing arrow to go through as Braum's shield does go down, so I reckon they're going to sacrifice Braum here for the dragon, or it's just a great bait from that Braum as the Karma presses a little bit too far and almost pays their life for it. However, Zahan is going to get this dragon, so dragons go 1-on-1 for that. Let's see. The Hex Gates have activated, so Hextech Drake for the Rift today. This, as far as I'm aware, this does suit the Coven better. I mean, you've got a Varus and Smolder, which are just looking to get auto attacks and auto attacks out on the opposing team, so that extra on-hit damage coming out of a Hextech Soul is going to be pretty good. Coven Fancy, you are correct. It is looking like a Lin carry this game. If I was the top laner for the Coven, I would be, saying team diff in chat at this point, as 1-1 on the Smolder after getting 2v1 under turret, whereas the rest of the Coven is all 0-1 or 2-0, so not looking too good for the side of the supposed to be winning team going into this match. Let me remind you, the Coven is undefeated so far this season and only lost a single game. So if Do Not Redeem win this, they will have doubled the Coven's losses. And yeah, sizable gold lead right now. It is less than 5k. It's currently at about 2.7 if my elementary school math does me any favors. Getting a lot of item completions coming through. Whole side of the Coven now having their first items done, except Varus. Never mind. I was looking down the list, but probably on the next recall will. I think that's the Essence Reaver for Smolder, coming with the Thunder Sky for Xin. Pretty normal in that one. Looking for that extended sustain in those fights. I think Cinder's first time coming through. I'll have to research what that one does a bit later. More action in the bot lane as, once again, that Vorm just pops the door, pushes up, and that is another dead Varus. Well, he probably wanted to recall at some point to get that first item, but a bit of forced recall going on the bot lane as the woes for Coven's bottom two continue. And now the mid lane is also losing out in the bottom lane. So, not doing too well. Zahen may get punished for the sins of his allies that pushed up a bit far on that one. But never mind. No, he doesn't die either because he's Zahen. He's got an extra life. That is probably why you picked that jungler. So, first turret going to the way of Do Not Redeem. Meanwhile, the Coven did get grubs, so it'll help them push up some further turrets. But yeah, Linsanity is definitely building up that CS lead at 151 right now, more than anybody else on the Rift. As I said, not getting much kill pressure onto Rens, but is going to deny them a lot of farm on a turret with that constant pushing from the Smolder. Just that wave clear is a lot more than what Horn can do. And Zahen killing the Xin as he ults into the 1v2 on that. Getting them low, but not quite doing the job. And let's see, Vepar tries to come in to help, but it's too late and ends up dying along with the Coven's jungler. So we love a bit of support, trying to help the jungle, but a bit late on that one. Crystalline Overgrowth going down, getting more gold into that Dragon's wallet. We all know how much our dragons like to hoard gold. You know, Smog comes to mind, particularly from The Hobbit. That's a meaningful dragon in my life. I hope you guys all have meaningful dragons in your life. Xin comes in and then decides he no longer wants to come in, as that Vex has got the upgraded shoes, completed the rogue quest, and is gonna get shut down by the Syndra after taking the life of Jetman, who is now 0-4 and picked up his first assist. Probably not feeling too good about that one still, as Zahen is 4-0-1, so complete parity on this side of Do Not Redeem, as they continue to redeem plating after plating, life after life. You guys are going to have to bear with me tonight, because I am going to be using that line a lot. I have been going to sleep thinking of using the "they did redeem" line in excitement for this match. Rift Herald's being dropped mid, thinking towards Dragon on the side of Do Not Redeem. Hextech Soul is going to be very sought after for any composition, so looking forward to trying to build up crits to get that one. I mean, Orange just going to be trying to defend that turret from Smolder. Smolder is the only shining light on the side of the Coven, as Fergus deletes Prangle again. Yeah, absolute Fergus diff today, my friends. It is looking miserable on the side of the Coven's bot lane. As thought of, they Do Not Redeem the Drake. I'm not going to stop. I'm going to keep saying that this entire match, and no one can stop me. Vex just diving in, fearless. Unfortunately, was not under turret range. I'm pretty sure Tristana thought that Vex was, and just went in after her. but did end up dying for the cause, as although we can rocket jump his Tristana, when you rocket jump in, you don't have a rocket jump to get out. Ornn escaping the 2v1 up top. I mean, Zahen, he's, sorry, not Zahen, Xin Zhao. Too many Zs, or Zs if you're American, on the map. Just trying to get my bearings correct on that one. And he takes his red buff onto the Krugs now. Honestly, for all you junglers out there, that's just, you know, a good feeling when you camp up and you're just happy camping and all your lanes are winning. I'm sure he is having a relaxing time just playing with his jungle pet on the Rift. Both junglers went with the red pet today, looking for a bit of burn and additional damage on that one. Obviously, one of them is feeling the rewards of it a bit more. I think we all know who that is. Probably the one with a 300 gold bounty on it. So, slow down a little bit now. No big objectives on the map. We are sitting at a decent gold lead for Do Not Redeem, 5k. It is before 25 minutes, so if Megu Kalili is correct, the game is over, as a Smolder can no longer carry. Flash out of Vepar, ult out of Zahen to follow up on it, getting a teleport in from the Syndra. Ornhorn comes in, looking for a 5-man dive onto the turret, and that is one dead Smolder. All the Coven's damage is out with that one. Xin Zhao pops the ult, but it's just doing nothing as they continue to take turns tanking the turret. That is 0 for 5 for the side of Do Not Redeem. They have redeemed themselves a Baron and likely a game at this point. Not looking too good for Coven on that one. Ornn upgrading items. He's got his Sunfire Aegis powered. That Tristana's got her Infinity Edge, Yuntel, and an item I'm not too familiar with. Stacked up Darksteel on the side of Vex. Vex has even managed to outfarm the Smolder at this point, sitting with a few more CS on that one. Bounties on everyone except the Vex. And Rolled and Smoke is correct. You know, they are looking like a Winchester Blue out there on the side of the Coven. And Do Not Redeem is just breathing it in right now as they run it down Summoner's Rift. Powered minions coming through. They're looking to push their way in. Hopefully break some inner turrets in this one. They are still all up on the side of the Coven, whereas the Coven has only managed to take out one of Do Not Redeem's outer turret. Flash out of Xin Zhao as he tries to escape, but it's not looking too good for Jetman as Entrik just ults on just to make sure that he does go down. Probably taking out this turret right about now as that Tristana just melts them. Scatter shot goes wide for Junie, catches no one. No one is stunned. And Ornhorn comes in, just trying to get a bit more space. Flash out of Syndra, that summoner's down. No flashes left on the side of the Coven, whereas there's still a few up on Do Not Redeem, so they're down to their last legs at this point. Got a few chats coming in from the side of the Coven. Mid just took Jungler's Gromp. Hate to see it. I really hate to see it on that side. I don't know what Syndra did to deserve Xin Zhao's Gromp, but obviously think she does. Bit disrespectful in my book. Although the Syndra does have a bit more of a more respectful KDA at 2-4-0. Still nothing to be happy with for Junie on this evening. They'll be looking to regain next time. Regain next game, I should say at this point. Bit of hide in blue buff cave for the side of Do Not Redeem. They do now all have bounties. Vex no longer being left out of that one. And seriously is correct, Vex. I know, we were the last one to get a bounty. Getting that soul point for the side of Do Not Redeem. Beautiful recoil out of Bloom. Those are some relaxing palm trees he's putting up down there. Would love to sit under one of those, have a beer later after the game's finished maybe. that Xin has sacrificed his life for Gromp. A mistake we all make. Life for Gromp. We do love Gromp. I would also sacrifice my life for Gromp most of the time. Scatter shot through from Syndra does push Entrik back, but just doesn't do anything meaningful. I mean, look at that. That piercing arrow coming through from Varus and does what? A couple hundred on the Braum. It's not looking too good at all. I mean, Braum's still not dead, and he just took 3 turret shots, piercing arrow, and other damages, and the Vex just deletes Syndra, and then does delete Varus, but Braum takes the last shot. You know, I reckon Braum deserved that last hit on that one. The Vex, yep, is just deleting people now. Just 2 needlessly large rods at this point, probably looking to complete the death cap, but the way this game is looking, there's not going to be time to complete a death cap for that Vex, as they push on the base, and the Coven are deciding to chase the Ornn down in bot lane. So, I mean, to be fair, Do Not Redeem don't push too far into their base, but they are looking to maybe break the mid inhibitor as well too, as the Ornn is still safe because it is an Ornn, and he has got Jaxos, Sunfire, and the component of Thornmail. Bramble Vest? Yes, Bramble Vest. He's got Bramble Vest. So that is armor into the Smolder, Xin and Varus, which were what was taking him on in the bot lane, so probably feeling pretty unkillable. And to that, does lose its flash along with the Vex, but a trade they'll take in deleting Jetman and Winsanity off the Rift for the 8th and 3rd time. It is definitely jungle diff tonight. That is what's on the menu for Jetman. So, you know, I thought it was going to be a pretty even match. They're both Emerald currently this season, and previously Jetman's been looking really, really good. I mean, last time I casted him, he was looking great into Interstellar. Pretty much secured every objective under the sun. However, on the Xin is just a bit lackluster tonight. Finally comes through with his second item. Dark Black Cleaver, whatever it is, to cut down some of the armor on the Ornn, but I doubt it's going to get anything meaningful out of it, as the Vex just deletes Cinder again. This is a pattern at this point in the game. You know, if I wasn't casting and I was playing a drinking game tonight, I would drink every single time Vex 2 shots a Coven member, which I would be considerably drunk at this point. As Vex gets a triple kill, now a triple kill. I swear it was a triple kill earlier, but I might be wrong. As Karma runs away, not going to get very far. Bit of supportal combat, as my favorite LCK casters like to say, and it is game over. Do not redeem. They do redeem, you know. Looks like I'm not going to make that joke there, but they've taken the victory on that one, and you know, great game to start us off today. Let me tab in and get us out of here, and we will work on loading up the next game. Yeah, so great to see you guys in the chat. Sorry, I skipped to the wrong screen there momentarily, as I meant to go to this one. I forgot I didn't have my mic turned on in the other scene. So I will go back to that scene though. Give me a couple minutes while I talk to the players and arrange a new game. Meanwhile, I'll leave you guys with a bit of D&B because no one tells me what music I can or can't play on this stream. I will see you shortly for game number 2.
Did I fear you? Did I curse it all along? Or not tomorrow? Tomorrow you'll be gone. Did I love you? Did you ever tell me more? I wasn't sure. Is it about me at all? Did I fear you? Did I curse it all along? Or not tomorrow? Tomorrow you'll be gone. Did I love you? Did you ever tell me more? I wasn't sure. I'll take you with me wherever I go. I keep you company, but what do I know? You take no more from me, but I know that I
Emotionally confused, that feeling is clouding my views, and I got used, and now I don't know who to trust. My heart went so cold because of lies that I was told. Now I'm alone, I don't remember how to love. Blaming all my flaws on you when I should have supported you. I now realize I never done enough. Behind those going crazy, letting insanity take me. You sedate me when I hear you say,
I'll take you with me wherever I go. I keep you company, but what do I know? You take no good from me, but I know
all your friends, they judge me, asking why you even love me. They don't understand or ever see my pain. Blinded by the lights and all the celebrity gossip, got me treating relationships like a game. Staring in the mirror, I see nothing hasn't changed, but everybody seems to think I ain't the same. All I hear is voices saying,
you take no good from me.
I hear them loads, voices, I hear them pro, the type of words that take control of your body, mind and your soul. Stroking on your ego, dare you to go this road is what they say, knowing you go. Now they got you on your own, deceived, just what this game is, poker face, you're bound to fold. I just didn't lie, you were told, this story never gets old. You was young, wise and was bold, now you're fading, that life is cold. It's got me not answering the phone, I'm too scared to get you involved.
Keep me with you. Have I been dreaming that you're mine? I know tomorrow I need you to survive. 'Cause you did something I never knew that I could be. Now you're gone, and I'm back where I belong. Did I fear you? Did I curse it all along? I know tomorrow. Tomorrow you'll be gone. Did I love you? Did you ever tell me more? I wasn't sure.
Okay, we are back with the game 2 draft. Sorry, I was 30 seconds late. They did not tell me they were going, but they are going. So, first round of bans coming through for both sides. Pretty much the same as last time. Nothing new for either side. The Coven are sticking to red, whilst Do Not Redeem are sticking to blue, consequentially. No surprises there. You can't have two teams on the same side. That would not work. Bit of 10v minions PvE. I would probably bet on the side of the 10 champions to win that one, but you never know. So, Lissandra coming through as the first pick for Do Not Redeem. So, Technologia still looking at those mages on mid lane. The Coven, Jetman gets a Zac, so he'll be feeling significantly better on that as opposed to the Xinjiao he was put on last time, assuming he locks it in. I hope he does. I would love to see his Zac game today. As someone, I always want to play Zac, but I've never put in the time to actually play it. So who knows? Maybe I'll get motivated by hopefully a Coven win. That means we get a game 3. So second pick coming through for them. Let's see what they want to go with. And taking their time as the clock ticks down. Orianna coming through, likely for Junie. Not in their top 3 played for this season. However, Orianna is still a good pick. It is pretty prominent in most pro play metas right now. Zac loves it when the opposing team is grouped up and he can get his slimy hands onto everyone, and Orianna's Shockwave will do just that for him. And obviously provides a bit of frontline as well. Talking about the front line, Kai'Sa is picked, and she will be trying to get past the front line on the side of Do Not Redeem. Obviously a bit of engage coming through on the side of Do Not Redeem for that one. And what have we got now? Third pick for them. See how they go. What are we thinking? Probably maybe a jungle pick here. So Zac doesn't get to ban all the champs he doesn't want to play. And the Maokai's picked. I mean, probably a jungle. Probably jungle. See it support sometimes, but I would guess jungle on this one. And Basta coming through for the side of the Coven. Again, Linsanity's going to be feeling better on the Ambessa than Smolder. If past performances have anything to go by. Played a lot this season. Good win rate on her. So, going to be feeling great. Dashing around. Public executions all across the Rift. Looking to take the head off of that Kai'Sa as she dives in to that Orianna. Wukong banned out again. Maybe the Coven know something I don't know about Entrik, because I didn't see him anywhere in his play champions, but this is the second time he's been banned, so he must be pretty good on Wukong. The Lulu is banned against the Coven. Makes sense. You don't want that overgrowth on the Zac or the Ambessa, to be honest. Viego banned out again on the side of the Coven. This does mean they don't think that Maokai is going jungle, though. They must think it's either a support or even top Maokai. Otherwise, they've just wasted 2 bans. So we will see on that one. Final picks coming on through. Again, a bit of targeted support. Bans for the Soraka as well. Looking to take away some of the more backline enchanter options for Vapor, which is odd because his top 3 champions are Nautilus, Leona, and Rel. So he's probably not too sad he couldn't play Soraka or Lulu, as the Rel is picked for him this game. Looking to, again, a lot of combos on the side of the Coven. That Rel pulling everyone in place, the Orianna pulling everyone in place, and Zac just jumping into the middle of them. Gragas is wanting to do the opposite. He's going to push them all apart. as he is picked. And again, I'm gonna assume top lane Gragas and support Maokai at this point. That could be switched. We've seen it switched before. Most memorably, I think Carriers played a lot of Gragas support in the LCK. And we're all Carrier fans, so yes, we will see in the game. But Velveth picked out for jungle, so that does confirm that Maokai is either top or support. Velveth, an interesting pick. Not seeing too much at all. Personally, I love Velveth. Another champ I want to play theoretically, just don't actually play. But I like the idea of playing Velveth, so looking forward to seeing what Entrik can do with that. He had such a good Zahin game, so you know, I think he will pop off on the Velveth just as much. Caitlyn coming through for the side of the Coven. Yeah, played by Wrangle a little bit. Caitlyn's second most picked in solo queue for Wrangle, so probably pretty comfortable. Scales quite nicely as well into the matches, which we are going to try to get into now. So let me just make sure we're all teams are ready, as we've got our picks and bans done. I will just confirm with the boys. So let's see, chat, are there any first impressions on this one? Who do we think is gonna diff this match? Is it gonna be another Entrik masterclass with the Velveth, or is Jetman gonna show what the Zac is made of? Assuming he's got the Zac, again, Zac and Investor could be switched as well too. Both are flex top lane and jungle, so I could be wrong. I mean, I thought the Smolder was going to be mid the entire draft for the last game, and I was wrong. But it looks like, yes, as we are locking in champs in the actual client, Gragas is going top, Maokai is going support, Lissandra mid, and Kai'Sa going to Fergus down bot lane. He'll be looking to do some damage as well too down there. Get off to an early lead like he did with the Tristana last game. And it's looking like the Zac top as well on the side of the Coven, but they have not fully finalized where they're putting everything yet. I will keep you guys updated as I find out though. Anyway, we are going to head into the game shortly. I'm going to put us on a very brief intermission just while the spectator delay times itself out so I can view these players in their next match. I don't know about you, but I know casters aren't really supposed to pick sides, but we're not very official here. Though I do my best, I will be rooting for the Cove in this match. I would love a game 3 tonight. I feel like we've had non-stop action this whole time, so looking forward to a continuation of said action for the rest of the night. I will see everyone in 2 minutes. Go get your waters, go get your beers, go get whatever else you want, and enjoy game 2 of the Coven versus Do Not Redeem.
Floating up your airways, drowning down. Sometimes when the high's so hard, gotta break it down. Gotta break it down.
try painting the sky blue, even when I had no color. I'm sorry I couldn't want you, so go put it all on me. I'll keep you as a memory. If only I could see through you.
All right, welcome. We are back in the game too, after a couple people have pointed out that I need to change the spelling of redeem as, sorry, nope, wrong screen. As everywhere else, I have got it spelled correctly, except on this one. So let's quickly spell that one correct. Take out an E over there and put it over there. Bit of spelling lessons on stream today. And we are good to go now. As soon as I pull everything up that I need to pull up and stop messing it up. Cool, direct cam's back. Let's get into the second game of Do Not Redeem against the Coven. Nice and easy to make sure we got the right sides on this one, as they stayed the same. So I don't have to do too much editing, which is always a good sign, as my on-the-fly editing is not too good yet. Let's see, jungle pathing for this is going to be pretty standard. Belveth is starting red, as is Zach, so they will appear on opposite ends and likely grab one scuttle each. Love to see it as a jungler. I always hate the early skirmish around scuttle, because I feel like it's just a 50-50. If I go in and I all in, I don't know. Maybe I take them, maybe I don't. Hard to tell, but the Mbessa is dashing on in, as she loves to do on that Gragas. Pushing him back a bit, trying to deny some of that early CS. The bot lane is dancing around each other as they are playing laterally, but Maokai taking a bit of damage there. Bit of poke. No Sum's been burned yet, but he'll have to play behind a little bit now, as Coven realized that Belveth is bot lane. Not that that's going to do much at this point, but they're not going to push up too much. Belveth probably not going to be doing any level 2, level 3 ganking at this stage in the game. Looking to build up that attack speed as the game goes on. Both junglers finishing their first 3 camps at the 2-minute mark. Crossing over now, so they're all on track. That Mbessa is still pushing forward, trying to take some turret plating already. So Linsanity hoping to perform. I mean, not that Linsanity performed bad on the Smolder, it just didn't do what it needed last game. So hoping that Mbessa does do what is needed this game, which we're all hoping to see as well. So far so good, as that Gragas continues to take hits. Looking like we're going AP Gragas today. Doran's Ring being the first item bought out by Renz on the top lane. So not going to be doing too much damage at the start, as is shown currently. And yep, both junglers are finishing off their first clear now. Ready to take that little vision in the river. Lovely river vision. The bot lane of Do Not Redeem is getting quite pushed in. I mean, they were getting pushed in last game, but Fergus has decided that he was different and didn't want to be pushed in, and instead wanted to push the Coven out of the rift, which he did quite well. We'll be looking to repeat that this time. But that Caitlyn range is quite bad, and there we go. There's that Rowell engage straight into Zac jump, puts them together, gets a bit of slime on both of them. You know, he's got that. He'll be feeling pretty safe, obviously, with that revive again. Kind of you know, he did it before Zahen, before it was cool, and Zahen got that revive. Him and Anivia, kind of the OGs when it comes to that. You know, he's got his little slimes that crawl back into each other. He would have been safe there with both the bot lane, but obviously nice to keep it, as you don't want to spend it unnecessarily. So a bit of plating going over to them. CS advantage and gold advantage for that bot lane in the Coven. We'll be looking to start off much better into Fergus. Wrangle is going to be trying to get his revenge. He does not want to be shown up the way he was beforehand. I mean, Wrangle is a master player, so some of the best Oceania has to offer in our little region. And he is going to want to represent it no differently than those other high elo players we have around the lovely countries we call home. You know, let me know in chat, are you New Zealand or Australia today? And who are you supporting in the Olympics? Not that I think New Zealand's notably got any Olympians doing too well. Australia's there, but you know, it's pretty hot here most of the time. And if anybody watches sailing, it's a disaster if you're a New Zealander, but if you're supporting the Kangaroos, you know, sailing's feeling pretty good right now. Crazy crash if you do want to look at the highlights. Would recommend. As now it is Fergus's turn to push in a bit after the Coven backed. And the Zach's coming down again. Looks like Fergus and Olio know about it. They are backing on up out of the jump range from that Zach. As, you know, he can just come from nowhere. You know, like straight out of left field for a bit of baseball analogies for any Americans that are watching. You know, maybe one of the 34 of you is from North America. Maybe you're Canadian. You're loving the Olympics right now. And back into mid lane we go. Still trading. Belveth is pathing down mid, so if that Oriana steps up too much, bad news for her. But Belveth will be looking to get something as the Coven get the first Drake. Pretty much with no competition. Nothing coming from the side of Do Not Redeem on that one. As the casket comes in from Renz, pushes the Ambessa into turret range, but she just dashes out. Because there's one thing we know about Ambessa, it is just infinite dashes. I mean, how annoying, right? Who wants to play into that? Not me, that's for sure, and neither does this Gragas, but unfortunately, that's the lane he's in. So he will just have to stay under turret with his Lost Chapter and Dorn's Ring, while Ambessa's got a Cull, I think, and a pickaxe and a Dorn shield. Feeling a lot better when it comes to a bit of damage output. In that lane, still pretty even. Down on bot lane, Coven with a slight gold lead at 400. Probably not too much coming from it at this point. Bit of disparity this time for jungle pets with the Belveth as normal. Taking the blue pet for a bit of speed. Zach matching his green skin, going with the green jungle pet. Again, pretty standard for him, looking to build up that tankiness, just being generally hard to kill. Ambessa tanks a turret shot, but is okay with those aforementioned dashes. Again, more farm in the bot lane, everybody's health bars are up, all the sums are up except Wrangle's flash, which will be up momentarily, so no one's playing too safe down there. They're all getting what they want. There goes Ambessa, just trading favorably into Renz's Gragas. Bit of pinging coming out as Belveth passes top, but her entire topside jungle is up, so I doubt she's going to really overcommit anywhere there. As Zach is bot lane, but Fergus and Olio are not bot lane, so he won't have too much to do there. And Belveth is bot lane, bot side, sorry. Jungle camps are all down as well too, so nothing to do there. But he's trying to force it. And I don't know too much if this is worth the time, as they are now between turrets. They have a wave, so they're going to escape, and Fergus will lose quite a bit of CS, to be fair. But it did, you know, a lot of commitment from the Zach early on. He might be a bit out of time with his camps now, as he re-engages onto both of them. And looks like they are gonna get, yes, oh, nope. And abnormally, it's the ADC that tanks the shot on behalf of the support, as the headshot from Caitlyn does not go wide. It just hits the wrong target because someone else decided to take the take the shot, you know? Get down, Mr. President, is what Fergus said. And Maokai was the president. Let's see, is he going to build a new East Wing in the White House? Or is that just America? Belveth and Zach, bit of a tussle up in the top side of his jungle. Not that it got shown on camera, but it looks like a couple of Krugs were being contested. Hate losing your Krugs. Just feels bad, you know? Like, think of all the little Kruglings, the little baby Krugs being eaten by the Void Being. Not fun for anyone. Thumbs up from Fergus, as he is doing okay. Down 7 CS. Nothing to actually worry about. Similar components. Zach comes in and ult out of Lysandra. Does survive, but has to also expend her flash. So a lot of materials down. Maybe even going to be using teleport to get back into lane quickly. So feeling quite bad into an Orianna, which is supposed to be bad early game, as more engaged from the rel, but engaging onto a Maokai probably doesn't feel too good. Vapor is really going to be wanting to focus that engage onto the Kai'Sa if possible, as that is really the main source of damage and not the main source of CC coming from Do Not Redeem's bot lane. And again, pushed in top by Ambessa, pretty standard. Both junglers pathing towards bot lane, so we might get something there. Lysandra's pushed up, but Orianna's going to be right there, so that's not going to last for long. Let's see. I think we're preparing for a bit of a 3v3 down in the bot lane, as Ambessa continues to punish Gragas for existing, which feels bad, man. Orianna coming down as well too, to turn the bot lane in the favor of the Coven, but they might be pretty wise to it, as there's a few pings coming on out. The Lysandra was matching, but backs off. Currently up CS, despite feeling pretty pushed back in lane. Looking to maintain that advantage, hopefully, as the Coven are at a 1k gold lead somewhere. Probably coming from that Ambessa mostly, who's, you know, close to 30 CS up on the Gragas. Zach comes on in, jump, Maokai's done, gets the ult out in time, but it's not going to do anything. Down goes Belveth as well too, flash out, but just wasted. Nothing coming from it, didn't even use her ult, didn't become a Void Being of Destruction. And that is the second dragon going over to the Coven. Mountain Drake, going to be feeling great for Zach. We'll see which soul we end up with. Not Cloud Soul. Hopefully we don't get a Hextech Soul again. Maybe get something different. We will see though. Otherwise, it is, yeah, we're looking like an opposite of game one. So, Jetman is saying, nope, there is no jungle diff here. I just had a bad game. And so far he is showing that to its fullest, as he is 1-0-1. Got a little bit of a bounty on him now as well too, at 150 gold. Got his Sunfire out, got his plated boots. He'll be feeling great, as Belveth is a Kraken Slayer and just those symbiotic shoes. She'll be saving a bit of gold on it though, going that inspiration route to get free shoes, but so far not worth it compared to the income that Zach has garnered for himself, even though he is down on CS by a fairly little bit. But he's got his whole jungle up. Belveth does not, so he will be making it up shortly. More poke coming out from the side of Do Not Redeem, as I forget what they're called, but Fergus is putting those little, is it like a void shots into Wrangle. Overall though, Wrangle won't care. He's got more range, so Caitlyn will be doing okay, as the Orianna continues just to zone away the Lysandra in mid lane. And Lysandra doesn't care though. She'll just keep farming. So nothing to it over there. Lysandra's flash and ult is ult's up, Flash is almost up. So as we flash in from the Maokai, Caitlyn flashes out, 3v1, and the bot lane with Belvis is there. Zach jumps in. So many stuns used on the side of Do Not Redeem. It's not looking too good. Zach is ulted, jumping around, and it cuts away as Ambessa is looking to solo kill Gragas in the top lane. So close. Public Execution comes in. I thought it was going to, and that is just a solo kill as we still are in the bot lane. Zach goes down to his slimy form. Look like Belvis managed to get through. There is an engage from the rail, but it's just not doing enough as they are taking turns taking turret shots, and there is 4 members on the side of Do Not Redeem, and they are all under half a health. So yeah, pretty close in there. I don't know what exactly happened. I don't know how Zach died. He must have maybe just there was too many, because you think that as Zach your passive would come out when you're under turret, because they wouldn't be able to just sustain that much damage. But obviously between Belveth entering a different form and not taking damage for that part of time, and the Maokai tanking, as well as Caitlyn actually took a couple of shots there, and Lysandra just managed to make it work in the end. So, you know, a little bit of a kill comeback coming out of Do Not Redeem now, as the Rel is 1-0-1. Not who you want to have gotten the kill, but you'll still be happy that she did. Whereas that Fergus is continuing to diff his opposing ADC, as he is the 1-0-1. And Lysandra picks up a kill there as well too, so feeling really good as still maintaining a CS lead on the Orianna. Belveth is 2 assists and ahead of Zach in farm, so jungle is pretty even. Gold is pretty even now as well too. Minor lead for the Coven. Again, most of that's going to be on that top lane. Eclipse finished for Ambessa, so that's your standard first item. Meanwhile, Gragas is just sitting there reading a book and got a little Hextech alternator, but it's going to be doing nothing into Ambessa. That Eclipse proccing and the shield building. Engage from Rel as they are going to try it again from the side of Do Not Redeem. Belveth is just going in, but the range from the Caitlyn just continues to poke them out. It's kind of futile, to be honest. I don't know how they did it the first time, but they are going to try to recreate that magic somewhere as Orianna pushes Lysandra in. I mean, it is just no good for Renz. He is having such a bad time as Gragas, and I mean, as AP Gragas, like, you're not even going to be building the normal tank items you build, so well, not that you normally build, but that you could build, as he is charging a hop but decides not worth it. That Lysandra ult is up, so a little bit risky. Junie has the shockwave, so could be something coming from it, but it might not be the easiest to pull off, as the ult from Lysandra will just put a pause onto everything after a while, and if she manages to stay on the turret for it, probably not gonna die there, as the Coven are trying to take the 3rd Drake. And I forgot to mention that we are getting Hextech Soul again. So round 2 of Hextech Soul, obviously one of the most valuable souls in the game most of the time. Plus you get the Hex Gauge, which as a jungler, you know, Zach and Belveth, you're feeling great because you can just farm up a storm as you teleport pretty much to your camps. It's like having teleport as a jungler, you know, a luxury that we don't normally get. So doing great for them. As you can see, none of their camps are really up right now. And there we go. That the Lysandra ult instantly after the engage from Rel. Zach goes on in, jumps around, Belveth ults. Zach has lost his revive, so if he dies here, he's dead. He's looking like he's going to as he flashes out. He does have a lot of survivability though, so he is not okay, unfortunately. Belveth resets again on that. And yeah, after a strong early game for the side of the Coven, it is looking like they are suffering a bit again. I mean, Insanity is just gonna have to be an absolute menace when it when it comes time, when that Ambessa actually gets in on anything. It's unfortunate she had no teleport. I reckon Ambessa teleports in on that mid lane, it would have been the opposite direction, but that is down right now, as Do Not Redeem the first turret in the bot lane. Love that line, by the way. Caution's coming out from the entire lower river, as both Urgus and Olio are over there, and you know, they're doing great after a little bit of a shakier start of the game than they had last time, though not bad by any means. They have made their way back without a doubt, and now sitting above Caitlyn's CS, and of course feeling much better in the dead champion and KDA department. As we have a pause coming in here, as looks like the support has DC'd. So we will figure this out, and we will cut to a break while I talk to the players. So bear with us on this one. We will be back in the game as soon as it starts. Although we're just going to be back into the game now, I think. Actually, no, I'll cut out. I'll be back shortly. Okay, we're back. We are good to go. So all the supports are back in the game, thankfully, and we are ready to rumble on Summoner's Rift. Ambessa, as per normal, pushing in the Gragas, and Rift Hero's been popped in mid, looking to get the charge off, but struggling so far. Rel is going to drive the hero and take it on in. Teleport coming in from the not top laner, from the Lysandra, who was on the top lane of Do Not Redeem, but nothing coming from it, as the Coven just back off after getting the turret down to 1 plate with the Rift Hero. Belveth trying to steal Zach's blue buff. She fails. Zach jumps on in there and takes what's rightfully his. Yeah, Zach is not a fan of stealing, and Belveth is obviously, you know, being a void being, probably the bad guy in most situations, you'd have to say. And they are committing hard to mid lane, as we have got 4 players down there. Everyone else will be typing "play it safe" in chat to those that are in mid lane. Zach decides it is not best judgment to jump on into 4 players in the mid lane. Now, the shining light for the Coven right now, as their towers crumble around them, is the fact that they do have 3 Drakes. They are on soul point, and for the next 3 dragons, they can choose what they want to do with them. And if they get one of them, they are in a great position to, you know, potentially close out this match, as it's still fairly even for the most part. It's a bit of a gold swing to the side of Do Not Redeem, as they are at 2k over the side of the Coven right now. So, you know, a couple components sitting on them. That Belveth will be looking especially lethal right now. 2, 1, and 2. Two full items and boots, plus the little dress, little skirt. And Zach's not far behind though, but I don't know how much gold that Belveth has with him, as the ulti comes in from the Oleo, takes out the Zach Elise, ult in from Bepar into Shockwave. There's that combo we're talking about, and they are cleaning up the battlefield. It is just a Belveth trying to 1v3, but she's not going to do it. And there we go. That is exactly what the Coven were looking for, and what I was talking about doing draft, with the ultimate coming in from the Rail, that Magnet Storm into the shockwave from the Orianna, and that is Hextech Soul for the Coven. And another, that's a 3k gold swing all to them. A couple shutdowns in there as well too. And it is looking like we might get a game 3 at this point, guys, as they are going to finish off this Drake. No smite needed. Zach is not there, but neither is Belveth. So, yeah, blue team has claimed Hextech Soul, and Best is going to finish off the last of the outer turrets for the side of Do Not Redeem. We're 3-3 on those, so no difference in plate gold, and it is 1.5k ahead for the Coven. Let's see, which sums were used? Not too many, actually. Bot lane for Do Not Redeem, both sums are down, Flash Barrier and Exhaust. Meanwhile, exact same for the Coven, with Rel having Hextech Flash, Caitlyn being spellless, and Linsanity not having a flash. But that is what we needed. Look at that chase potential from Linsanity as well too, onto that fleeing Fergus near the end, as Ambessa does manage to claim that final kill. Now 2-0-3, sitting on 2 full items, boots and opponent. Still that door and shield, so it's so much survivability. Meanwhile, this Gragas is pretty much invisible for the most part. Hextech Rocket Belt on in there, but not much to rocket into, as soon as that Gragas rockets into anything, it's probably dead, as there is too much damage coming out from the side of the Coven. That Orianna is up to lethal potential, and we've already seen what that shockwave does. It will do it again with a moment's notice. So, gonna have to be very careful if Do Not Redeem really want to make anything out of this game. As Ambessa's gonna get low, but just, you know, or too big. As Fergus jumps on in, ults into Junie. Junie's going to survive. Junie finally goes down with the Belveth, and Belveth has gone into her form as she tries to go further. Roots coming out from Aleo. Yeah, that's that dead Renz who did nothing in that fight. Max range, public execution out of Ambessa as Belveth is trying to finish off Jetman. Bit of jungle fight over there. Support's coming on in though. Jetman jumps back in onto almost the full house Belveth. Probably would die for it. Flash it down into the Baron pit, and looks like he's going to survive, and Belveth is not. Or it's going to be support the jungle. Doesn't usually go support's way, but got pretty close there. Almost did it, but Jetman did manage to sidestep the Maokai in that one. Belveth got out. That extra move speed in the jungle from the blue jungle pet coming out is going to be super critical on that escape. So again, the Coven just winning when it matters. The team fight potential from them is bigger than the team fight potential of Do Not Redeem, and that 5v5 is so in their favor right now. The front line of that Zac being so unkillable. I mean, just look at this. He's still alive, and there goes Ambessa. He's still alive. Lysandra tries to ult the Ambessa, but it does nothing. She's going to go down along with the Zac, and that was probably an overcommit from them, but it was an overcommit from them, to be honest. It came close to proving my point, but didn't quite. I still think they survived a very long time, to be honest, but they did in the end go down there. So the Coven will be looking to make sure that Do Not Redeem do not take the Baron. They probably won't, because Belveth did go down as well, as that will likely be the next point of contention for these two teams. Will be that Baron fight. The Coven feeling so strong right now with the Hextech Soul. So, I mean, look at Fergus running for his life in complete opposite to his previous game on that Tristana, when he probably would have just rocket jumped under turret, deleted Caitlyn, and then rocket jumped back out of there again. So, yeah, we're seeing the duality of ADCs all around this game as Rel dashes over the wall. You know, all to take out that control ward just a little bit quicker. It's a game of time. All about efficiency as the dash into Zac jump as Rel very nicely dashes over the ulti coming out of Malfoy and deletes him. Bel'Veth versus Ambessa is probably going to go Ambessa's way at this stage in the game, and now that they know Bel'Veth is on the other side of the map, the other 4 members of the Coven, along with Hextech Soul, are going to very handfully take this Baron. And I don't think Bel'Veth is going to get here in time. It's not looking like she will. As, yes, she's not. And they are backing off as they try to take down the Ambessa instead. But Ambessa's got a turret. And a public execution onto Lysandra. Which, again, I mean, Casket does come through from Gragas. It does, buy Do Not Redeem some space. So they won't continue forward onto anyone on that. Flash is used by Lysandra to escape, so she won't have that coming into the Eldritch fight. Coven are going to be looking to make sure we don't flip this, as that is the worst thing that could happen right now. As Do Not Redeem, that's probably the best thing that could happen right now. They're just going to want to make sure they stay in the area and have a threat of potentially securing this Drake. Obviously, Bel'Veth is quite a mobile champion. She can dash over walls without too much issue, so really the best securing is going to be killing Entrik before even attempting to take the Drake, and looks like that is what Ambessa is going to be trying to do. 4-man jump from Zac, ults on in, bounces around, almost a double kill, but Lysandra pops the ult. Going to be meaningless though, as Ambessa just wrecks havoc down the back. Bel'Veth is just trying to escape at this point as she's low. And again, another max range public execution. It's just, I said Ambessa was going to have heads rolling everywhere, and she really does. You know, call it a public execution because the entire side of Coven is an audience, as they're all still alive, and they take the Drake without too much competition at that point, as it's like they heard my advice and decided, you know what, yes, the best securing is going to be not having to worry about the opposing jungler, as they march it on down. They've got Baron, they've got Elder Buff, they've got Hextech Soul, and they've likely got this game in their hands as they take Inhibitor and are looking for the inner turrets, but they're a little bit hesitant. The wave clear is okay from Do Not Redeem, so they're going to go wait for them in there. But again, I mean, he's taking 2 turret shots at once, flashes, and he's still got his revive, but this is maybe a bit of an overcommit from the Coven, as 2 of them go down. Junie's down, Vepar is down. I think they're going to escape, because if Caitlyn just turns on that Bel'Veth, she's dead, as I said. Ambessa says, nope, top diff on this one, and decides that she is the public executioner indeed, as Gragas pops the Zhonya's, but it's all for naught, as, yeah, I don't know why. I mean, the Coven heavily committed there, but Do Not Redeem should have just, you know, cleared the wave and regrouped instead of chasing a fed Ambessa with all her abilities up, and a Caitlyn at long distance as well. So here we are. Good news though is that it's going to be game 3 on Summoner's Rift between Do Not Redeem and the Coven. So I hope you guys have had just as much fun as I have so far watching this, as that was a back and forth game if I've ever seen one, especially at the end. Bit of goal swings going both ways, but overall it's a pretty, on paper, clean win for the Coven. 4 Drakes to nothing, 6k gold lead, 7-3 towers, and 20 kills to the side of 11 on Do Not Redeem. So I will leave you guys with a bit of music. You can talk amongst yourselves, and tell everyone about the amazing plays you just watched, and then I will bring you all back for the final game between these teams. As yeah, it's a big match ahead of us, and I personally cannot wait.
Colors intertwined, floating above a world you can't describe. Let the sunlight fade. You know I'm here to keep the dark away. Just close your eyes. Don't look twice. On the days when the world's one, two bricks from coming down, I'll be the shelter when the heavens fall upon you. On the days thunder clouds come gray and follow you around, I'll take the tears out from your eyes and watch the sky blue. Be the light in a tunnel, be your star, babe. Through the lows and the heavy is the party. Take a night to the test, give it all up, babe. Watch me walk through hell in high heels for you. Make an offer to the devil that he can't refuse. In the name of love, I go to war for you. Yes, I walk through hell in high heels for you. Watch me walk through hell in high heels for you. Make an offer to the devil that he can refuse. In the name of love, I go to war for you. Yes, I walk through hell in high heels for you. On the days where the road never leads you close to home, I will carve out of the earth a path to guide you. Be the light in a tunnel, be your star, babe. Through the lows and the heavy is the party. Take a night to the test, give it all up, babe. Watch me walk through hell in high heels for you. Make an offer to the devil that he can refuse. In the name of love, I go to war for you. Yes, I walk through hell in high heels for you. Watch me walk through hell in high heels for you. Make an offer to the devil that he can refuse. In the name of
All right, and we are back into draft. Let's do it. So we have yeah, came through a fearless. So there are a grand total of 20 champions that can no longer be selected. Should be interesting as Malphite and Amumu again banned by Do Not Redeem. Keep in mind we have switched sides finally this game with Do Not Redeem playing on red and the Coven playing on blue. So if I do not switch the team titles on the broadcast within the first 30 seconds, please spam it and remind me to do so. So that way it makes sense. As the Yanara finally coming through for Wrangle. I mean, Wrangle is going to be happy with this. This is their most played champion this season. Going to be feeling so comfortable on this pick. As as an LCK watcher myself, I can't help but say the word slurkle, because that's what it is, a slowing circle. Otherwise, they do ban these Thresh, Nami, and LeBlanc again. So LeBlanc coming through, Thresh and Nami targeting Leo on that one. But the Jinx is going to be picked up instead. So Jinx v Yanar, a lot of late game potential from both champions. Pretty similar as far as things go. Jinx is going to be looking for resets on that excitement passive, and Yanar is just going to be looking to get on in there and damage. Lulu, classic pairing with Jinx coming through on that one. Going to be looking for a lot of overgrowth or minimizing. Is it called undergrowth? I don't actually know. But making the enemy team smaller and do less damage. We will see if Lulu can pull it off. Offering a bit of poke in lane as well too. Leona coming through for the side of Vepar. Going to be feeling great on it. Second most played champ this season. Sejuani coming through for Jetman. Not that I have seen him play it too much, but I mean, look at that Zac game. Great Zac game. Give me another AD tanky jungle, right? That's Sejuani, okay? Going to be slowing down the Jinx as well, kind of negating a lot of that additional attack speed, movement speed. Meanwhile, Mordekaiser is going to be looking to take the Yanara to Brazil and kill her and destroy her in his own little shadow realm. But will he be able to get on top of her? I don't know. Will the Yanara build that one item that lets you get out of it? Probably. Should I know the name of it? Yes. Do I? No. Rumble going to be banned here on the side of Do Not Redeem. Obviously with a AD and low damage heavy jungle. Not looking for a high AP top lane, which is fair enough. Zed banned out here again on the side of Coven. Looking to, again, flex ban on the mid and jungle for the side of Do Not Redeem. Camille, another high damage AP top laner, getting taken away from the side of Coven. Linsanity, though, I would love to say Renekton, and we're looking at a AP mid potentially for the Coven, as Renekton's not banned. Sanity does love a bit of Renekton, and I love a bit of Renekton, so I would like to see that one put in there. Wukong banned out again for who knows what reason. I mean, it's a great champ. Personally, I just don't think it's all that myself. Whenever I play against a Wukong, it's like I just don't get what it does, But maybe I'm just not at the level where Wukong does anything, which is probably the case. Sion coming through. So Mordekaiser jungle, Sion jungle. I've seen both in solo queue, but only solo queue. Otherwise, Sion mid, Mordekaiser mid. Akali coming on in for Junie. We'll focus on the side of Do Not Redeem on what their lane is actually doing later, because I don't know. I've got no idea at this point. Maybe it's Lulu top. Who knows? Anyway, Akali does bring a bit of the AP to the mid lane, so maybe I still might get my wish of Renekton top lane for Linsanity. One can dream, as they are making their final pick right now. 10 seconds to do so. We'll see what comes through. I mean, if I'm having a hard time knowing what's going to be played in the top lane, I know they sure are. Nar coming through, though. Pretty safe pick into the Sion. But there we go. I am now an actual caster. I am legit, because I predicted a pick based on a player's history, and it happened. So I don't know about you guys, but I'm having a great start to this match. Rise coming through still does not help at all as to what is being played in the top, mid, or jungle, as I think all three of those can low-key be put any of those places. So I'm gonna have to give you some more top tier analysts once the game actually starts, because it's all speculative currently. And yeah, interesting game 3 on our hands. A lot of comfort picks out for the side of the Coven. Not seeing as much comfort for Do Not Redeem if my research is correct. Ren's, I'd still have to say that Sion is going to go to the top lane for Ren's because that is on his played list of champions. So probably going to be over there if I had to guess. And we will I'm looking at the client chat right now for our boys, and they don't know where it's going either. So who knows? Jetman is correct. He says it's a 6-way flex. I agree. It is a 6-way flex, and there's only 5 players. So how that works, got no clue. Probably because it's 3 champions in 3 spots, and 3 plus 3 is 6. Who knows? Who knows? But I am looking forward to getting on the game. I'm going to leave you guys for a few minutes while everything loads up. You can enjoy some more drum and bass, and I will see everyone in a few minutes. Like I said before, grab your drinks, your water, your beers, whatever else you need, maybe some food, dessert, because we've already been served our starters and mains tonight with these games. Am I right? So yeah, see you guys very shortly.
Imitations out to get it, so we hit them with the tech. Imitations out to get it, so we hit them with the tech. Imitations out to get it, so we hit them with the tech.
All right, we are back into game 3, into the final games of the series. You guys in chat are way too kind to me, but I will take all the compliments so I can build my confidence and come back stronger next time. Just like Fergus is going to be trying to do this match, because he'll still be feeling bad about last time, where he got diffed by Wrangle on the Caitlyn, and now Wrangle's on the Inara, so feeling even better. And we'll be looking to do the same. Little bit of a invade coming out of the top half of the map, as we can see the roles. So it is that Mordekaiser jungle. Renz is on the sign, like I did think it could be. Technologia taking the Rise. Not that Rise is a fan of Technologia, being a mage who likes to wield a book full of spells. Probably wouldn't be caught using an iPhone. However, we'll be doing its best to take out the Akali. Not that it's got a link, but it is what Technologia will be trying to do today. Poking in the bot lane as predicted from that Lulu. Just having a bit more range on the Leona. Leona's going to be feeling tanky as hell though, eventually. I love playing Leona as well. Solar Flares, it's such a great ultimate because it comes up so quickly, constantly, so you can just keep spamming it. Try to get those engages. Solar Flare into Zenith Blade is such a classic with the Inara to follow up on it. Put one of the slowing circles around you as well, and then empowered auto to stun. Too easy coming out from the bot lane of the Coven. I think bot lane of Coven is really going to be where we're looking, as if Fergus gets ahead again on this Jinx. So similar to that Tristana, where once that feels ahead, every single ability is so damaging and it feels so oppressive. I mean, look at Linsanity's Renekton though. You know, 2v1 and flashes in, gets the kill onto Renz. It's gonna die for it anyway, but you know, best outcome on that situation, to be honest, for Linsanity. So that comfortability is coming out. Rise flashes in the first 3 minutes, no good. Leona's engaging onto the Jinx, zoning Jinx off so Wrangle can survive. Takes almost no damage, as mentioned, just too tanky. Toy Renekton, lovely skin, you know, makes you feel happy as a Scion. Doesn't look as threatening as a normally giant, rabid, vicious crocodile would. And that's the question, right? Is it a crocodile or is it an alligator? Rise doesn't know, but Rise does know that he doesn't want Akali to be on the map. So he's going to send her recoiling back to the fountain, as he will... Nope, she canceled a recall. Almost did. I wasn't lying. Check the minimap, guys. As Mordekaiser is taking the scuttle before he finishes his first clear, as he took a bit of time to gank top. It is still 1-1. Only real action's been in the top lane so far. Otherwise, flashes up for everyone else. Both top laners insta-burn their teleports. So, complete parity on that half. Into the smoke goes Akali, as the junglers are finishing their clears. Mordekaiser a bit ahead of the Sejuani. Sejuani's taking the scuttle now, but got a couple camps up also. So not looking too shabby either way. Otherwise, CS across the board is no worries for either of the bot lanes, as they've both got their cull. Gank up onto top, and it is the Scion's turn to be 2v1'd. Unlike the Renekton though, he doesn't get anything from it. He gets no kills. So, just going to die, get the last of his minions with his passive, and is now 1-2. Doing a bit of a bounce impression. Obviously, every time you're not using your passive, you're wasting it. So why not just die? Plus, it means you don't have to waste a few seconds recalling. Big brain stuff coming out of our top laners today. As the Leona sits in a bush, she's going to be waiting to pop the Zenith Blade onto an unsuspecting Fergus or Leo. But I think Fergus and Leo both knew she was in there, as neither of them stepped up very far at all. Spam this Tangle to empower Wrangle. is Tangle. I don't know what we're referencing. I don't know about like a Tangle ability this game, but I do love the enthusiasm. I think a lot of this game will be on Wrangle. I think Wrangle and Linsanity are really where we're looking to make the plays on the side of the Coven. Makes sense as they're both the two Masters players on this team, so are technically the most skillful that the Coven has to offer on the Rift tonight. Bit of a fight going over the Dragon Pit right now, but we are going to focus on who can take the plates, as Mordekaiser, he wants those people in that circle, as you can see. Gonna be feeling good once they enter in. Akali dashing around, stunned up by the Leona is that Mordekaiser, so it's probably going to get damage out. Wrangle just needs to maintain space, and they will kill them. Flash in from the Akali, dodges the summoning hands of the Mordekaiser, so a lot of low health bars on the side of Do Not Redeem, but no kills. In the meantime, Sejuani is going to take the dragon, so the Coven are starting out pretty strong for this game again. Back with a Drake advantage. Fergus, I actually don't know. So I did check all the linked OPGGs for all the players before this game. Fergus was the only one that wasn't in there, but I can try to find out for you right now. Maybe I'll search it up differently as soon as we get a quiet moment here, which we're not getting too much with these games tonight. So I can find like a Fergus. Nope, I found the right Fergus. He's Diamond, so up there. A lot of these players are Emerald, so Diamond is looking pretty good. Wrangle though is a Master, so Wrangle should have a bit of an advantage going into that. Yeah, currently D2. That is what I can see as well too. Thank you for that one. And yeah, bit of quiet time on the Rift. Dragon's down. Grubs aren't up yet, so just mostly waiting for those grubs to spawn. Sejuani's up there, but her bottom side camps are up as well, so we'll probably be looking to go down there. I think that Mordekaiser will be hungrily looking at the grubs momentarily, as he is also coming mid. Possibly going to try to take on the Sejuani with the Rise. Nope, Rise is not coming in. Sion sustaining damage, but that is what Sions do best, so we won't be feeling too bad about it. Max Range Zenblade comes on in. Stun from Leona as well. Flash out from Lulu. And Wrangle flashes on in, but doesn't get too much on it. Does chunk out that Lulu massively. Lulu will be able to heal up Fergus a little bit. Crystalline Overgrip will be down though. Lulu wants to recall. They're not going to let her. Jinx has got those rockets, but that W on the Leona does negate just so much damage while that's active. And the Exhaust and Flash both used by Lulu. And never mind. So instead of Mordekaiser taking the grubs, it is the Sejuani who decided to forgo her bottom camps. Glacial Prison goes wide on Rise, mostly because he flashed, so probably worth it, as Glacial Prison got a much longer cooldown. I mean, no, a much shorter cooldown than the flash does. Again, more damage from Insanity on that Renekton. He's just having so much fun up there in the top lane on the Crocodile or Alligator, whatever you want to call it. I think it's gonna be Crocodile, right? Because Renekton is supposed to be like a Shurima Sands champion, right? And Shurima Sands kind of like Egypt. That's the vibe it gives me. And in Egypt, it's crocodiles, not alligators. So I'm going to officially say Renekton is a crocodile and not an alligator. You guys can't dispute me on that, but as someone that lives in Australia, I think I have the authority on reptilian species, as there is just more poke coming out from the bot lane to Do Not Redeem. Mordekaiser's down there, however, he's not going to get anything out of this. Vepar has got so much peel on that Leona. Solar Flares off. Bit of damage coming out from both the mid laners as they try to wear each other down. Evenly matched though, as far as things go in. Rise obviously going to be struggling to do too much damage at start as he builds up a lot of that mana and you know, be able to use his abilities when he wants to and not consistently run out. Whereas Akali does get to have a bit of damage at the start, getting 2 Lost Chapters, Sork Shoes, and Dark Seal as well. Some components starting to come in for both the Yunara and Jinx. I reckon they're looking for a full item next back as well. Giant Spout coming in on Sejuani. Probably Heartsteel for the first item. Power Q stuns up the Scion. A few dashes around the place on the Renekton, but he's looking a bit worse for wear that time. And let's see. Well, you know, Chili Muffin, you might be a Wrangle fan. You know, as a million, I reckon if Wrangle has no fans, that means you are no longer on Earth. I'm probably no longer on Earth as well too, as I reckon he's been playing great this game. Despite game 1 performance, we disregard game 1 performance. And again, that W from Vepar just means, I mean, why are they focusing on Leona? Why are you focusing on Leona? Just don't focus on Leona. I love playing Leona and making people focus me. This is game 3, yes. It is the Do Not Redeem won the first match very, very, very handily. And nice close second match that the Coven took in the end. And just like Renekton is taking those plates away from the turret, leaving it at half health. Meanwhile, Scion's managed to take 0 plates away from Renekton's turret. Dragon started up here by Do Not Redeem. Glacial Prison comes on through. Sejuani's tanking up so much damage. Stunned up by the Rise. Mordekaiser's got his Circle of Death. It is out now. Everyone's still up. Sums are still up for the most part. Leona's Flash was burnt. The Cleanse from Jinx also burnt, as the Glacial Presence from Sejuani was landed. You'd be surprised, Chili Muffin, because Fergus, I don't know if you watched game 1, but if Wrangle is Fergus's father, then Fergus is Wrangle's abusive uncle in game 1. Not to put it lightly, because it was abuse, to be honest. And yeah, so far the Mord he's looking all right. They're both doing very similar. I'd say interesting first item from the Sejuani, building the Hextech belt, Hex belt, the Protoplasm belt. No, yeah, Hextech is the rocket belt, Protoplasm belt on the Sejuani. Obviously, just looking for a bit more unkillability at the start instead of some of that health scaling offered by Heartsteel, which you normally see on her, at least before Protoplasm belt was introduced. So we'll see how that fares. Otherwise, still pretty even game state for the most part. Slight gold lead for Coven, up 2k. Most of that gold, again, is going to be sitting on Insanity. Black Cleaver or Dark Cleaver, I forget, is finished. So you're going to cut down all of that armor that the Scion's building. Bit of a buggy Zenith Blade comes on through. I didn't think that hit, but it obviously did. Heals from Lulu, back onto Jinx, Overgrowth. And just going to be exploded though. Teleport coming in from the Rise. Trying to chase down the fleeing Vepar and Wrangle. However, Vepar will sacrifice his life for the ADC, as any good support does. Which I'm sure will be appreciated by all the ADCs in chat right now. Love to see the support dying on your behalf, because what is a support's life worth if not to save the ADCs? Otherwise, as I said, yeah, gold lead on that Renekton is showing up with a 100 gold bounty on it. In similar, that Yunara is building up a farm advantage on the Jinx, sitting at 128 CS to 112. Mordekaiser is not seen in that bush. That Rise is trying to bait Junie into engaging, but yeah, Akali's a slippery, so probably not gonna mean anything from it. No camps up for the Mort anyway, so not feeling too bad, not wasting much time. Jinx is pretty low. Leona is going to take advantage of that and clear some control wards and get vision in the enemy jungle. However, there is somebody there, I think. Yes, the Rise is there. Zenith played in the Gateway Operation, just changed CC onto that Rise and just melted by... Wrangle did most of the damage. He's got the kill on that. Flash out from the Lulu. Mord comes in, brings in the Leona. But again, why are we focusing the Leona? Leona will die, but that's a lot of abilities wasted on the Leona. Flash out from Mord as Akali just lands Shuriken, so flies on in and gets double kill on that. So it looks like the... yeah, Mord not doing too well. What did I say about engaging on Leona? And Sejuani just decides that Jinx isn't worthy of existing on the Rift, and that is going to give so much plate gold to the Yanara. And you know what, Chili Muffin, you might be correct. It looks like this game, at least, Yanara is bothering Fergus in full capacity as Renekton continues to push into the Scion. I mean, Scion, you want to farm, right? You want to be building up that CS, getting that passive health on it, but instead you're down 35 CS to a Renekton. I have seen 0 proxying from this Scion at all, which, based on my unlimited knowledge of Scion, is something you want to be doing and is a good sign if you can do it. But none of that is happening. Bounties on the entirety of Coven, except the sacrificial Leona, who probably does not mind as long as the rest of their team is doing well. Pepar is being the most supportive of supports this game and deserves massive thanks from the rest of his team when this one is finished, if it goes their way. Again, change CC onto the Rise of Technologia, and he is down. No matter how magical your book is, it's just not going to do too much against a Sejuani and Leona that are consistently putting you in place, and then a Yanara free hitting on you. Not a big fan of the cohesion between the skin that Yanara is using and Sejuani, because like the Leona is using like the beach skin, you know, and then Sejuani is just full of ice. So Yanara is probably feeling very cold. I mean, not Leona is probably feeling very cold when she engages on top of Sejuani, which is not ideal, but probably the least of their concerns as she walks straight into a Jinx trap, but she's got Solar Flare, so it just locks down the Jinx from long range anyway. Who said Leona was a melee champ? It's wrong. Not a melee champ. There is a lot of scalability on the side of Do Not Redeem with the Jinx, Rise, and Rens on the Scion. The problem is that I don't think they're going to be in a position to scale very well based on the current game state. And it's not that the Coven doesn't have some scalability. Yanara especially will do very well, and in the end CC never falls off. What are you going to do when you're all scaled and damaged when there is a Sejuani and Leona? I mean, even the Renekton has a stun. Like, that's 2 just empowered auto attacks that stun you. So it's going to be difficult for those scaling damage dealers to actually get in on the side of the Coven. I mean, Sion's going to have to do so much work if he wants to be that front line that Do Not Redeem need to actually not be chain CC'd into oblivion. And Entrik he's just gonna try to take Wrangle out, or even the even Junie's Akali, but it's so hard to access them with the Sejuani and Leona front line, and you don't want to take the Renekton in there with you, because Renekton he'll do okay in your immortal realm, but we'll see how he tries to play this. Pops the Ring of Death. Mid lane changes to bot lane. As Akali and Rise are playing together down there away from everyone else. Mord is bot side, but Akali does have her turret for that additional safety. So probably not too upset about the lack of teammates in their vicinity. Pushing out mid turret is that Yanara. Doesn't even need a support to do that, as she is so far ahead of the Jinx right now, sitting at 2 fill items plus a BF sword. Meanwhile, the Jinx has got 1 item and components. So yeah, Fergus will be wishing he was on the Tristana of game 1. Unfortunately, he is not. He is on the Jinx of game 3, which is a completely different champion and a completely different game. So, and the next Drake is going to be up some point, and the Coven already do have 2 Drakes, and yes, Tempest, Do Not Redeem have 1 Drake. However, that's 1 Drake, and they need 4. Meanwhile, the Coven needs 2 and have a 7k gold advantage right now. So, unless they choose to not engage on the Drake to the point where Do Not Redeem can build back 7k gold, I would probably give the Coven the advantage on that Drake fight. Bit of grouping mid now. We've got both jungles, support, and ADC on the mid lane. Lots of pings going down there. They want to engage onto someone. Just got to figure out who they want to engage on. Again, Jetman and Vapor with the Sejuani and Leona are not going to be the ones you want to engage on. Rift Hero goes down mid lane. They're looking to delete that turret, as they will shortly do so. Maybe even get a second charge out of that Rift Herald, as Sejuani is just going to drive it away. She says, nope, I'm not going to wait for GTA 6 to release. I'm going to play it right now. And the Gromp is the bank heist, because she is trying to steal it away from Sion. Not going to be successful, so no RP given to Sejuani in this case. Online servers not being too kind to her. Going back into the Glacial Prison though, Sion does pop his death circle and tries to chase Wrangle, but Wrangle is a bit quick and flashes over the wall, uses barrier, and gets away, resulting in likely a dead Sion. Yeah, that Akali's just going to finish him off after all his abilities got used up. Wrangle is completely fine on the Yanara. The ults are still up for Leona, so she's going to be able to zone them off of this Hextech Drake with no issues, which Sejuani is going to take. They're going to push down mid lane, but Renekton's already there, and to be honest, he's got a Cleaver, Shojins, and boots. I reckon he can just defend the tower, no worries. Drake's up now. Leona's setting up for it. Definitely the next objective they're gonna look to. Scuttle is being taken by Yanara. You know, I'm sure Sejuani is going to be appreciative of that. Scuttle duty is sometimes just painful, right? So your whole top side jungle is up, but bot Scuttle is up. What do you choose to do, right? You know, the logical decision is take your top side camps, right? Take the farm, but then the little Scuttle on your shoulder tells you to take the Scuttle in bot lane, and then your entire top side gets stolen. So. But when the ADC takes it and rotates and takes it, yeah, happy days. Engage onto Leona again. This time they decide that it is the wrong idea, because Yanara was right there and was going to kill them both after Leona solo flared them. Linsanity does not care about an empowered charge from Sion, as that crocodile is indeed looking like the god of a desert. The way it is charging on in and deciding it's going to do what it wants. Glacial Prison onto Mordekaiser again. Heal, ult, but it's just trying to take Jetman, but it's a tanky Sejuani. Just not who you want to ult onto, right? Oli are gonna go down. Wild Growth useless. That Renekton has got his cleaver. It's just gonna mount the Scions. Scion has to ult and dash, just to escape with a sliver of health. Baron Star is gonna get started here by the Coven, and it is it's looking down for the side of Do Not Redeem. I mean, you know, if I could hear the voice comms right now, Do Not Redeem, I bet you it would sound like an Indian scam call center. You know, that's the vibes. That's the sad vibes that they are feeling right now. And you know what? The Coven is not some gullible set of grandparents. They are a group of high elo League of Legends players. Probably not gonna buy your gift cards today, as they all recall with their bounties, buy their items, and look to continue to take the turrets and other structures that Do Not Redeem will home on the Rift. Stunbot Leona back on in with the Scion. I mean, what's that? That's 4 stuns now. No issue. Leona doesn't need redemption. Like, I reckon redemption in this scenario in Leona, I don't think it's necessary. I mean, it's I think more, a bit more armor, you know, shielding. Why not? Just getting to keep baiting engages onto you. Pop your W, pop your solar flare on top of you if they engage in, and then wait for the night to clean her up. Like, Sejuani just took no damage at all. After Dominus comes out from Renekton, he's gonna shred them. It's not even a competition. I mean, everyone's inside Mordekaiser's circle, but that circle is like a playground to the side of the Coven right now. Even the support's getting on it and taking out the Rise. I think this one might be game over for Do Not Redeem. And Baron buff and gold advantages and bounties, the Coven will march down into the base of Do Not Redeem and redeem what is in their eyes rightfully theirs, as we do get confirmation that the game is finished. So here we go. That is 2 games to 1 for the side of Coven. They take it with what felt like a disappointingly little amount of competition in game 3, but I will not complain. We've had a great 3 games tonight. I've enjoyed myself massively, as I hope everyone else has as well. They did fight quite early, and I agree it probably wasn't the greatest idea, as they did have more of a scaling draft. But the Coven, they knew what they had to do. They knew they had to make plays right from the get-go. Sorry, and did so very appropriately, which paid off for them in the end. That Wrangle masterclass, literally, because he's master ranked on Yunar, was obvious, ending the game at 608. Not even not a death to his name, as did the Sejuani and Akali of Junie. So pretty comfortable in the end for them. Massive congratulations to the Coven remaining undefeated at the end of week 6, and Do Not Redeem, they put up a good fight, only second team to take away a game from the Coven. So, you know, it's been a good showing for them. That game one was so good. So I think they need to just capture that again. Put Fergus on that Tristana. Put him on champs like that. Let him you know, allow them to have the space to pop off like that again, and they could definitely do some damage moving forward in the tournament. So yeah, great having everyone tonight. It's been an absolute pleasure casting for you guys. Great crowd of people. Very appreciative to those that take the time out of their night to come watch our games. And I hope I was a great warm up, because LCK is still on right now, so you can go catch T1 versus DK. Probably not as interesting as this game, but maybe a warm down from the mind numbing action that you just saw today. Otherwise, hope everyone has an absolutely phenomenal week ahead of them, and I will catch you guys on a future cast some other time. See you later.